The anonymous call. An anonymous caller reported finding a dead body in an abandoned house. I drove to the location. A quick scan showed no one there, but a dead body. At first everything pointed to suicide. No one lived in the area, and the nearest apartment was about a mile away. I had just taken office as a police chief and didn't know much about the area, so I decided to do some more research on the location and surrounding area. I found 3 incidents recorded without thorough investigation that were preclusively concluded as suicide, so I took the initiative and spoke to a person who had worked there for some time. The employee was a veteran at the local police station, so I asked Geraldo. After investigating the incident at the abandoned house, we found evidence of 3 crimes. Even so, it's suspected suicide. Do you know anything about this? Yes, this is the 4th person found dead in this house. I don't understand how they ended up with such a dubious crime. All the investigations that were started were very superficial because the former police chief said that further attempts to find the culprit are not worth it, since crimes of this type are already expected in such an environment. It is very strange, but thank you everyone. I went to the police department database and got the address of the former police chief. I thought it would be good to hear his thoughts on these atrocities. When I knocked on the door, I heard a voice say, "Wait a minute." Then a woman appeared. "Good morning, you are Mr. Marcos." "Hi, who are you?" "I am a new police chief and I want to talk to him about the situation of violence in this city." She then opened the door for me and told me to sit down. "I will call him." After a few seconds he came down and sat in his chair. "How can I help?" "Hello, Marcos. I would like information about some old crimes." Without convincing answers during this short conversation, the former police chief pretended to be very nervous. I kept my head down. This was a circumstance that only increased the mystery surrounding the event. I handed him an envelope with the pertinent questions. He read it, he nodded, and said, "Yes, I remember the suicide at the mansion. For reference, there was a 4th murder at the same location yesterday. I heard about it, but that is why this house is the standard for practicing the absurd. But some things gave me away. It is very strange to leave this type of process without doing 3 in-depth studies. I came to the conclusion that it is no longer worth it to just keep solving an unsolvable problem." Another thing that caught my attention is the frequency of crimes occurring every 6 months. Nothing changes. The 4 victims were women, all murdered with the same brutality. These are details that rarely change. These details make a difference. He sat in the chair and looked at his watch. "I'm sorry, but I really wanted to help you, but in fact I already have my conclusions. This is a complex issue that mainly affects education, and these people are not aware of it, are they not?" "Excuse me, I have to pick up my son from school just a little." In other words, we investigate the facts and take countermeasures. "Did you try to speak to the individual mentioned in the police records with photos of the scene of the incident, or did you visit residences at times recorded in police records?" "Yes, a colleague of yours seemed to have the notarial debt of both were female. They were love affairs. They were skirt tails of the delegate, or was he a ghost of the abandoned house?" And that's what I didn't expect.